everybody, Krysten here though, because this is my channel. Obviously I'm standing because I have a story time for you guys. It's long overdue, but so the title, it has something saying like I quit my job on the first day I started working there, and then something about like a really creepy man who wanted sexual favors. I said flavors, sexual favors. So I want to hit that. So the story time is going to be split up in 2 videos because I just have a lot to tell you. Okay, so obviously I'm like really hyped right now to tell you. Okay, so this was last week, I think. Let me stop clapping and get to it. So I'm not going to tell you guys the restaurant because it is still one of my favorite restaurants. I'm still going to go to this restaurant, but I'm not going to go to this particular one. There's like 3 here in my city. But anyways, so I like applied to 2 of them and they both called me, but I chose the wrong one, obviously. So they told me to come in on Monday, like, hey, we want you to come in for this interview. Came in on Monday. Oh, before I started, I don't have my car. So my dad lives on the other side of town, my mom's at work, sisters are like living their life, so I don't have my car. So I take an Uber, you know, who cares? So I took an Uber to work, well not work, took an Uber to the restaurant, and we had our thing, the meeting, whatever. It was really cool, chill. He's like, you're hired. I was like, cool. He was like, can you come in Wednesday to fill out some paperwork? I was like, cool. And so he's like, yeah, we're really organized. I was like, okay, sweet. Left, came back on Wednesday. Oh, what? I'm like so hyped. I'm like forgetting like key details. Okay, so when I was leaving on Monday, there was this Uber driver and he was like, well, how are you gonna get there and back and stuff? Because I was like, he was asking me about my entire life and I'm stupid because I was telling him. And so he was like, well, I have a business outside of Uber where I can just write your schedule down and come pick you up and take pick you up from work, pick you up from the house and take you home and stuff like that. I was like, cool. I don't recommend this. That's not safe. Do not do that. So he's like, and I won't even charge you that much. It was like, it was really, really cheap. I was like, oh my God, is this like God telling me something? Like, thank you, Lord. Like, yes. So I came back on Wednesday and the guy's name is Milt. Remember, his name is Milt. And I just took another Uber up there. And so then I got there. They're like, okay, wait, we'll get the manager. So I'm just sitting there for 20 minutes. And then they come out like, hey, the guy who's supposed to help you with your paperwork today went to a Blue Jackets game. Can you come back in about 2 hours? I was like, all right. So I ended up leaving and I went to the mall, which is like right across the street. Walked to the mall and they called me. They were like, hey, can you actually come in tomorrow? I'm mad, like I'm pissed. I was just like, yeah, whatever. Go back home. Probably spent like $50 on like Uber that day. So then I came back on Thursday, filled out my paperwork, and then the way everyone was like talking to me and the atmosphere, it felt good. I felt like everybody was like really nice and ready to go. I was like, hey, cool. And so then they're like, when you want to start? I was like, Monday. He's like, cool, you're trained from Monday to Friday. I was like, hey, sweet, we out here. And so on Sunday, I went to go get my outfit. Okay, we had to wear all black and it was like super cute. And I texted Mel, I'm like, hey, I gotta be there at 10 a.m. and I need to get picked up at 3:30. He's like, I got you, I'll be there at 9:30 a.m. I was like, hey, cool. Okay, and then I woke up on Monday. Here we go, this is it, paying attention. I woke up on Monday and woke up around 5 a.m. because I went to the gym with my friend, and then got back, came home, I changed my cute little outfit, my little black outfit, and then Milt's like, I'm here. I go out and usually when you get in an Uber, you get in like the back seat, so I end up getting in the back seat, of course. And he's like talks to me all the way there, and we get there like exactly at 10 because traffic was horrible. And so I like ring the doorbell in the back of the restaurant, and then someone was like, who's there? I was like, it's Krysten. And they're like, who? Well, obviously you don't know me because I'm new. I didn't say that. I was like, oh, I'm new, da da da. So I opened the door, I walked in, I went to the office, and there's 2 girls just sitting in the office. And so I was like, hi, I'm Krysten. They turned around, they're like this. I'm like, hi, I'm Krysten. I'm new. And they're like, oh, the managers won't be here for another hour, so you can go sit at the bar. Why would they tell me to come at 10? So I'm like, great. So the girls went back to talking. No one helped me out to the front to get to the bar. So I found my way. Bartender was setting up everything, and I went to go sit down. They gave me this pamphlet when I was filling out like all my information, and I read the pamphlet like 3 times already. Anyways, so I sat there for about 45 minutes and this girl came out. We're gonna name her Rachel. Rachel comes out and I think she's like a sort of like a manager and stuff, and she's like, follow me. I was like, okay. So I get up and I follow her. We didn't go to the back, we went like this other way. And she types in something. She's like, okay, put in your password. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, oh, I don't have a password. And she got so mad. She was like, you don't have a password? Like, bitch, it's my first day. No, I don't know anything. And then she was like, okay, go and sit back at the bar. Like, I was like, okay, well, it's not my fault. I'm new. It's my first day. So I'm gonna go back, sit back at the bar. I waited for another 15 minutes. The restaurant's open now. Okay? It's open. And I'm wearing my North Face still. I still got my Michael Kors purse on, whatever. And then I went to go. Then this guy comes. We're gonna name him Connor. Connor is a whole different story. He comes. He's like, hi, I'm Connor. I'm the hostess to this today, whatever. He's like, I'll be training you. I was like, cool. He takes me to the front where the hostess is, like the hostess desk is. And he was like explaining things that I wouldn't have to do. He was like, hey, you won't learn this until like 3 months into your job. I'm like, okay, cool. Can you show me what I am going to be doing? So like I said, I'm still wearing my jacket. I still have my purse on. And then Rachel comes up to me. She was like, you can't be wearing that. You can't wear your North Face jacket and your Michael Kors purse. Okay, no one helped me to go and put it down somewhere. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh, I apologize. Where would you like me to put my stuff? She's like, you can put your coat in the back. You can leave your purse up here, or you can put it in the back. I was like, oh, well, what do you recommend? And she's like, I will leave my purse up here. She's like, because a lot of things get stolen in the back. Great, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. So I was like, okay. So I put my purse down, which is very unsafe, just because when we take people to the back to like go and sit down and stuff, when you take people to go sit down, you have to pass like the hostess desk, and it's open, so you see my purse. So anyone could have like grabbed my purse and just walked out. So that was stupid. So I went to the back, took off my jacket, hung it up, and so she saw my outfit, and she's like, your shirt is too long. My shirt was not long at all. Like she told me to tuck it in, so I tucked it in, but like every time I just did like this, it came untucked because it wasn't long. And so by the time I got done tucking it in, I look up and Rachel's gone. I was like, great. So this girl was just sitting at the computer and she's like, hi, I'm blah blah, and she was like giving me all the gossip over the whole restaurant. She's like, he's nice, he's mean, she's nice, she's mean, she's funny. She's like, I'm sleeping with the bartender. I'm just like, whoa, girl. She's giving me all the information. We've been talking for about like 15 minutes. And no one came to check on me. No one's trying to help me. So I was like, girl, listen, I'm going to head back out there because, you know, it's my first day. She's like, oh, okay. She's like, well, who's training you? I was like, oh, this guy named Connor. She looked at me. She's like, Connor's training you? I was like, yeah, girl, what's up? Like, what's up? She's like, he's racist. I was like, what? She's like, he's racist. I'm like, oh, he don't like black people? She's like, nope. And he hates women empowerment. He thinks women need to stay in their place. I was like, all right, girl. I didn't get that vibe from him at first. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I go back out there, and there's this best boy. We're gonna name him. I'm gonna say his real name. I might as well say his real name. Should I? John. We're gonna call him John. John helped me one time because he was busy. He's the only bus boy at the whole restaurant. No one else was helping me. So he I followed him and how he sat someone. And it was like four people. He sat him down and stuff. He had the menus. He had the silverware. I was like, okay, cool. He had to go and do work. So then it started to get real busy because it's lunchtime. So it's like, it's picking up. And no one helped me at all. Connor was up front and he was just he's telling me where they need to sit. And so then a ticket prints out and the number is on the ticket. And so then they end up giving me a menu over all the table numbers in the restaurant. It's kind of hard just because it's 800 over here and it jumps to 600 and there's 401 and there's 411. It was crazy. And so no one was helping me. I did all this by myself, an hour and a half by myself. No one helped me, not Connor, not John, not Rachel. No one helped me. It's my first day. I ended up sitting someone at the wrong table and Connor was like, oh my God, you sat at the wrong table. It's my first day. No one's helping me. And so then it was and it was crazy because I was getting 10 people, 15, 20, 7, a lot of people. And so be in mind, you have to grab all the menus, you have to grab all the silverware, you have to grab kids' menus, kids' crayons, kids silverware, the ticket, then you have to find it on the map and stuff. So I was getting really overwhelmed. I did this by myself for an hour and a half. Then he was like, Connor was like, you know, take 416, 417, pull them out, put them together, go get more chairs, get a booster seat and stuff like that. I was just like, what do you mean pull them together? And he got mad at me like I didn't know. Like, obviously it's my first day. I don't know. So he got mad. He was like, Rachel, can you just go and help her or something like that? So she came and helped me. And so we're pulling up the tables, we're putting them together, and she's like, I need chairs. And I was just like, oh, you want me to take stuff from this table? She's like, no, you never take chairs from a different table. I was just like, oh my God, like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Like, my bad. She's like, I'm like, where do I get them? She's like, go into the back and get them. So I go in the back and get them, and then I put them down, and she was like, I need a booster seat. I was like, hey, where's the booster seat? She's like, they're over there. I go to the booster seat, they're locked. I'm like, where's the key? She's like, it's up front. Gotta go to the front, gotta get the key. Then after I get the key, I have to come back to the booster seat to pull out the booster seat, and I have to lock the boosters, and then go back up and put the key back, and then put the booster seat right there. Like, it was so much, and I did that. They only helped me like put one table together. After that, I was by myself, and I ended up having an anxiety attack, so I had to go to the bathroom and calm down. I was so overwhelmed. No one was helping me. Everyone was being super rude. Whatever. So then I came back out, and the other hostess is there. She's like 2 hours late. And she just, you can tell she doesn't care. So she's talking to this other girl who's like car side to go people. And they're telling me their entire life. Like, they like to party, like to drink, they do drugs, whatever. And then the one girl who came, she was black, the other hostess. And we're gonna name her Tina. Why not? And so Tina was like, yeah, my boyfriend's texting his ex, but that's okay because I'm cheating on him anyway. I'm just like, oh my God. And then they're like, what about you? And I was like, oh, you know, I don't drink, I don't smoke, do any drug actually, except ibuprofen. That's not like a good joke. I meant like I take ibuprofen when I don't feel good. But I was like, no, I don't party, I don't drink, I don't smoke, you know, I'm just a really chill person. Nothing. And the black girl, Tina, she was like, oh yeah, me too, I hate partying. Like, you just told me you love partying. Like, that's the thing, like, I don't even get that. Like, who cares? If you like to party and drink if you are the legal age, then who cares? Like, I honestly don't care. Okay, so then we're talking about, they're telling me like, yeah, all the white girls here like black guys, all the black girls here like black guys. And so then she was like, Tina, she was like, Connor would never date a black girl. And so then he was like, yeah, I can't because I'm low-key racist. He said that. I'm sitting right next to him and he said that. I was like, all right. So then he ends up leaving. No, did he leave? Yeah, he left. And what happened? All the waiters and waitresses were like really nice and stuff. And Rachel told me in the beginning that when I have to go and pick up all the menus, I need to take every menu from every waiter's cubby. So I was like, okay, cool. Did that. So then a waitress comes up to me, and she was like the only mean one. And she was like, are you taking all the menus out of the cubbies? I was like, yeah, Rachel told me to take all of them out. She's like, no, you need to leave one. She's like, stop taking them all. I'm just like, my bad. I'm sorry, girl. Like, they told me to take them all. She's like, well, don't. And she like walked away. I'm just like, girl, chill out. So then it's been some time, it's slowed down and stuff like that. I'm still at the front by myself. No one's talking to me, no one's trying to help me, no one's telling me what to do. And Connor comes back. And then he's like leaning over the counter. He's like, what did they tell you about me? And everything that has happened so far, like, I'm skipping over like a few details just to like keep the story moving. There's a lot of shit that has happened. I'm actually very infuriated. Like, I'm heated. I'm like boiling. I'm mad. So I'm standing like this, and he's looking at me like that. So I'm just like this, and I'm just like, they told me you're racist. And he was like, I'm not racist, I just hate lazy Fs. Okay, I'm not gonna cuss. I'm not gonna say that one. And I'm just like, what do you mean? He's like, I hate people on welfare. I hate people who don't work, who don't do this. Like, he was just like that. I'm just like, so you hate black people who don't do all that? So he's like, no, I hate every race who doesn't do that and stuff like that. I was like, all right, this is me. I looked away. I was like, all right. And so then he was like, it was quiet for a minute, and then he was like, I say the N-word. Where did that come from? So I looked back at him again, and I was like, what? He's like, I say the N-word. And I was just like, okay, so I'm kind of lenient on like the one with the A. Usually if that's like, if I'm with my friends and we're like singing this song or something like that, but Really, no one should be saying it, but you know, whatever. And so I looked at him, I was like, do you say the hard R? And then he was like, what's the hard R? And I was like, I didn't get in his face, but I got close enough. I was like, do you say nig? And he was like, whoa. He's like, yeah, I say that. And I'm just like, all right, man. And I turned away. I was like, all right. I don't want to hear you say it. Don't say it around me. I don't want to hear you say it. Don't call me it. Don't even think it. Don't say it. Don't say it. So it was quiet again. And so then he was like, I also say the one with the A. Why? He's really like, I'm already mad and he's pissing me off even more. So I looked at him, I was like, what? He's like, I say the one with the A too. He's like, I call my friends it. All my friends that and stuff like that. And I was just like, all right, dude. Don't say it around me. Don't say it around me. Don't call me it. Like, don't think it. Don't do it. Quiet again. And then he was like, listen. So I looked back at him again. And he was like, I would try every flavor on the rainbow or something like that. Now you're trying to make a move at me? If I dated this guy, I will be the definition of the Get Out movie. Like, seriously. That would be me. That would be me. I'm like so pumped right now. Okay. So, I'm actually gonna end it right here. I feel like I could tell the whole story in one video, but I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna post the second one because a lot of stuff happened in the second video. So, please go ahead and subscribe. Comment below about how crazy this job is. What would you do in my situation? And also, thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I will be posting the second video soon.